Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. On their way to Namek, Goku, Krillin, and Gohan would all train in the gravity room below, as it took around 34 days to reach Namek, over a month of solid training. As with Goku helping Krillin and Gohan, both were able to adapt to the gravity very quickly. With all of them training together, they were able to get over 100 times gravity, making them much more stronger than they were originally. Since they arrived, their power levels are as so. Krillin's original power level was 2,400, now it's 32,000. Gohan had a power level of 4,000, now it's a whopping 60,000. And as for Goku, he went the biggest, from 40,000 to 600,000. As if he did solo like before, he would have a power level of around 480,000, so adding Gohan and Krillin to spar and fight makes it all of them stronger. Now once arriving on Namek, Vegeta would still be there, and he would still defeat Qui. Now by this point in time, Goku would then see that his men are torturing Namekians. He could not help himself, and he would then jump forward and kill Zarbon and Doria, where he would finally meet Frieza for the first time, and they save a young Namekian named Dende. As Frieza stepped out of his floating chair, they would then notice how this being is much different. Goku can sense how strong Frieza was, and he claims that he will stop him for all the deaths that he's caused. As Goku would then fly in attacking Frieza, he would begin overpowering him, which shocked the Emperor, as he didn't think that a being was this strong. He's stronger than Ginyu ever was. They would then begin trading blows back and forth. Goku was then showing the clear advantage as Frieza destroyed his armor, which would take Goku back. As Frieza would then remove his scouter, he begins to surge in power. He would then begin to bulk up in size, surprising Goku as he went to his second form. And he would then charge in, and Goku couldn't even keep up, and he was missing all these attacks as Frieza was too strong for him. But then Gohan would then fly over to Goku and try to help him, but he distracted him. As then Frieza would then impale Goku with his horns, giving him the Krillin treatment. He would then throw Goku into the water, which would then make Gohan's rage explode. Spiking his power level to be over 1 million, he would then fire everything he has at Frieza, which actually did some damage. Nearby, Bulma was actually seeing Goku falling. She was able to actually jump in the water and help him with Krillin, and Dende would then lead them away from Frieza, which they were nearby Otoguru's place anyway. So flying over there, Dende would begin healing him, all the while Nail would then protect him to make sure everything was okay. Once with Dende would then heal Gohan and everyone else as well, because Gohan was actually able to escape in time as Frieza was searching around planet Namek out of fury. Otoguru would then look at Goku. As he would then offer his hand, he would then read Goku's mind as well, and he would then take Goku's hand and unlock his potential alongside Gohan and Krillin's power as well. Now with Goku getting a Zenkai and a potential unlock, this would then give him a big Zenkai of around 33 times stronger. This seems fair, as it was similar to the original series, but Goku's new power level is from 600,000 to about 20 million. Now, once fully healed, in his base form, he found Frieza, who by this point was furious, as he thought he killed him. Goku would easily overpower Frieza, trading blows back and forth, but it was really one-sided. Goku would even let Frieza hit him, but it would do nothing to him. Frieza out of desperation would then try jumping to his third form, but even that didn't even do anything to Goku at all. As he fired key attacks, it did nothing. But now, Frieza would then go into his final form. This is where some things are going to change. With Frieza now in his final form, Goku would then see in shock just how strong Frieza has become. Then, Frieza has become the big game changer. Goku, although was much stronger now, he was losing power very quickly battling Frieza. As nothing that he was trying was working, Goku didn't even have time to transform into the Ikari state since it was severely underexperienced and he wasn't ready to use it yet. He would then put all of his energy into a Kamehameha, which hit Frieza full force. But Frieza appeared with some damage, but he was furious. As Goku fell to his knees, drained of all of his power, Frieza would then aim to kill Goku, but then a small beam blast hit Frieza's face, leaving a little dinge of a mark. Frieza would then turn as it was Bulma with tears in her eyes, and she would then tell Frieza to let him go. But Goku, exhausted, would tell her to run away, get away from here. Vegeta was also nearby, watching everything that was going on. Well, Frieza would then turn to Goku and smirk as he would make him suffer. He would then vanish, finding Vegeta, as Frieza did not forget what Vegeta has done, and he definitely didn't forget him. He would then gut punch Vegeta, appearing next to Gohan, and wrapping his tail around his neck, and crushing his neck, killing Gohan. Goku would then scream, as Frieza would then laugh. He would then aim his finger at Bulma as Goku would beg him not to do it, struggling to get up until it was too late as he fired a death beam, hitting Bulma to the chest, and she would then fall back, seemingly dead. Goku would then stare in shock, as something inside of him just snapped. Frieza would then laugh as then it quickly stopped as he's watching what's happening. Goku was shaking. As the sky got darker, lightning was hitting the ground of energy. As Goku's pure rage, he would tell Frieza that he would not get away with this. As his hair rises, glowing a more of a golden color, and of course, his hair, eyes are changing color as well. His muscles will then expand as Goku would then transform to a Super Saiyan. This to shock Frieza, Vegeta, and Krillin, who were watching in awe. Goku, now a full-fledged Super Saiyan, his rage was fueled more now than ever, as he would glare death at Frieza, and he would tell Krillin to get Bulma and Gohan out of here. He would then appear in front of Frieza, hitting him away. As then, flying up, Goku looked down, remembering what Frieza did. Then Frieza would be in shock, as Goku would then look at Frieza, saying,
I'm truly angry!
Frieza would then smirk, saying so the legend is true. As down below, Vegeta was in awe and shock, as Kakarot's done it. He's actually become a Super Saiyan, he can see it. Now Krillin brought both bodies to the ship, as a voice spoke in his head. It was King Kai. Now, King Kai, of course, would actually be speaking with Dende as well and Elder Guru. Elder Guru didn't pass yet because they showed up early. With Elder Guru still alive, Dende flew off on his own and used the Namekian Dragon Balls to wish back Piccolo. Which then, again, they then used the Earth's Dragon Balls to then actually wish back pretty much all of Bulma and then, of course, Gohan. But the thing is that the dragons said that Bulma was actually still alive, which they noticed her steadily breathing. Dende would then heal Bulma, as then they used the Dragon Ball to actually wish back Gohan. So Piccolo and Gohan were brought back to life, but that's the reason why they're able to use the Dragon Balls. Then, of course, Namekian Dragon, they would then use the other wish to wish all the Namekians back. Now, I do know that the Namekian Dragon Balls can only wish for one person, but we don't truly know that. But I do believe they can, for what purposes. And then, Goku would even speak to King Kai. And he would then tell him to get everybody off this planet, away from me and Frieza, so nobody gets hurt. But all the Namekians were actually sent all the way back to planet Earth, just like before, if you guys can remember. So the wish would have turned out very similar, and it would have been the same exact ending scenario, with Frieza and Goku being completely alone. Frieza, in anger, would then fire a full-power death beam, and it would then hit Goku right in the head, but then he would then look back at Frieza, smirking. Frieza was in shock and asked, "Who is he?" And then Goku would then say,
A fierce rage has awakened the legendary warrior inside of me. I am Son Goku.
Frieza, in anger, would then begin attacking Goku. But now remember, at this point, Bulma wishes that they could stay, but it was too late as they were already sent back. Now, Bulma was so happy that her son was alive and everyone was okay, but she worries for her husband, for Goku, as he was stuck on planet Namek with Frieza. Vegeta would scoff, stating that that isn't Kakarot anymore, that's a monster. Pure rage. The other Z fighters appeared, even Chi-Chi. And even King Kai would then be keeping them updates, as Goku would then smirk. Him and Frieza were all alone. Frieza would then go to 100% power, but it was nothing against Goku, as Goku at this point as a Super Saiyan had a power level of around 1 billion. He blasted Frieza with a full power Kamehameha wave, killing the Emperor with E. Now by this point, Goku was so exhausted, and the planet Namek was kind of destroyed, but it wasn't completely eradicated like before. Goku would then take a ship, as he knows that he's severely wounded, so Goku knows that he needs to go to the closest planet. Goku would then apply the coordinates as he remembers and go to planet Yardrat, as he knows that they're good people and they can help him recover so he can go back home quickly. So once when he arrives, Goku would then pass out as he's so tired, Stardust would quickly help Goku recover, and they were happy that he was actually back. Goku decides to stay there for a little while to learn even more techniques, and he was even able to learn how to balance his spirit and use the early signs of spirit vision, making his key attacks even stronger as well. And with the help of balancing his spirit, he was able to control Super Saiyan much easier. Now he would then take Frieza's ship, put the coordinates in, and head back home. This is when Goku would start tinkering around Frieza's ship as he sees a lot of cool technology. He would even tinker around with the scouters as they had them there, and he would actually use them to be able to scan higher power levels too. But Goku doesn't really need it, but it would be cool for Bulma to have it as well, as he knows that that's what she likes. Goku would even test out the other armor that they have there and how stretchy and durable it is. It's not really his style, but it would be good to have in case they ever need it, maybe to even get stronger armor. But he can't wait to show Bulma this ship, as she's like a kid in the candy store with this kind of stuff. He would then study and look at all the other planets that have been destroyed by Frieza. That only bottled up his anger even more. Now, he did see that there is more to the Empire than he thinks, but he doesn't really think about that right now as he needs to think about getting home. As by the time that he does finally get back, this is where some changes are going to definitely occur. As cutting forward a little back more in time, Gohan continued training under gravity, and he did keep his studies up like before, balancing his life out. Bulma was thankful that her husband was returning home. Now, what about Vegeta? Now, he didn't really have a place to go, so Chi-Chi did actually offer him to come live with her and her father in the castle, and over time the two would actually get together. Vegeta admired her fiery spirit, and she was a great cook as well. They would all sense a high power level appear near the wasteland. All of them would then arrive like before, and they would then see a young man in a castle court jacket. But his name was not known. Once when Goku arrived, everyone was so happy to see him. As the young man finally showed himself to Goku, both would then go off on their own, and he would then explain who he is. As first, he wants to see his power. Goku then turned to a Super Saiyan, as then Trunks would then shock him by turning Super Saiyan as well. But Trunks would notice how strong Goku was. He was much stronger than he thought. He could have taken down the androids with ease, but maybe he thinks because the heart virus wasn't able to even get on the action, that's why they beat them. They have a little short exchange just like before, and then Trunks then begin explaining his situation with the androids will be appearing under Dr. Gero. But it clicks in Goku's head. He would actually tell Trunks of him actually killing Dr. Gero a long time ago, and Bulma would actually steal his plans and projects, which that would actually shock Trunks more than anything. Did him going back in time change it that much? But then this is funny, as because of this is when Trunks and tell that he's actually the son of Vegeta and Bulma. But Goku, be confused, states, well, no, that doesn't make sense. Bulma wouldn't cheat on me, she's my wife. Trunks would then turn white, as he would be so confused because last he remembers they were married. But then Goku would explain that, well, he actually declined Chi-Chi's offer of marriage, and he actually married Bulma. Trunks thinks that him going back in time really did change everything. That's not good. Or did he go to the wrong timeline or something? But he'll tell him anyway just to be safe. And he would give Goku the heart medicine, as maybe that would still happen. Trunks would then return back to his time, and Goku would then understand, as all of them would then leave. Now, this is also when Piccolo would then spill the beans about the androids, but him and Piccolo would have a mutual agreement to not tell about Trunks being the son of Bulma and Vegeta. All of them would then leave and train for 3 years. And in the gravity room, this is when I feel like Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo would be training, as Piccolo would actually show up and live at Capsule Corp, as there's plenty of room for him. Why not? Piccolo would stay there for about 3 years, having his own room and everything, would train with Goku, thus making his power level much higher. After 3 years, Vegeta actually married with Chi-Chi, having their first child, and they named her Bra. As 3 years later, they would then all meet up at the same spot, in the same location, at the same time. But then a few hours passed, there were no androids. They were all correct. Until they have an idea. Well, why don't we go check out Dr. Gero's old lab? There might be something still there, maybe, or something? Bulma and Goku remembers where it is, as once when they arrive, they'll begin looking around, finding anything. Goku would begin hacking into the computer, as he would actually use this to find out a secret file. Dr. Gero was in the extremely early phase of this, but he was actually showing plans of making some kind of bio-android that can take the DNA of others and making a supreme being, after he absorbs 2 androids. But they don't see him anywhere. Now, at this point as well, Vegeta was really furious. He literally trained all this time, and then nothing happens. Now, Trunks was there as well by this time, as, now remember, this is when I believe some changes are going to occur. Vegeta would then challenge Goku to a match. As he's a Super Saiyan now, he can defeat him. Goku would not decline this offer, as they needed a rematch sooner or later anyway. Both would then turn into a Super Saiyan, and Goku would overpower Vegeta, but very quickly the Heart Virus would begin taking effect. As Vegeta now pinned Goku down with his foot, he was going to actually kill Goku. As Goku was succumbing to the Heart Virus, no one could stop him until Piccolo would actually jump in and knock Vegeta out of the way with Gohan. Now Trunks by this point would have also tried to stop him, but Vegeta was stronger than Trunks by this point and would have knocked him out of the way, as Piccolo was actually a bit stronger than Vegeta. And Piccolo would then actually protect Goku and tell Gohan to get him out of here, and Bulma as well. Now with all of them leaving, hurrying back to Capsule Corp, giving him the medicine, Goku was now starting to recover as Vegeta had his pride shattered again. But it wasn't by the androids, it was by Piccolo this time. Now after a few days, it seemed like the androids weren't there. Maybe time was fine, but Goku just hopefully will overcome this Heart Virus and things will be better. But unfortunately, Cell was still there, as remember, he still traveled back in time just like before. Now this is when Cell was then flying around and he was absorbing people in the city. Now this is when Cell can notice that the androids are not even around at all, and he'd be furious. Vegeta, now as he's a full power Super Saiyan, would begin to try fighting Cell first, but he would lose, as he was defeated by Cell, and Cell would absorb him, nearly killing him. Trunks would try to do the same, but it was the same effect, as Cell was now much stronger after absorbing Vegeta. As remember, Cell was able to kind of overpower Android 17 and Kami Fuse Piccolo, who was way stronger than Super Saiyan Vegeta was. They don't have a chance against the version of Cell. And a point that Cell nearly killed Vegeta and Trunks, making them look like hollowed husk. They're barely alive. Piccolo would then choose to fuse with Kami, and they would also keep Dende as the Guardian like original. Piccolo, with the help of Krillin, would have brought Vegeta and Trunks' bodies to Dende, who was able to heal them, saving their lives. Even Piccolo was not able to defeat Cell, and he was nearly killed as well. Gohan, by this point, was a lot stronger, but he knew he couldn't do much against Cell. So at this point, he definitely cannot find the androids, so he'll absorb the Z-Fighters instead. As he starts absorbing Piccolo, nearly killing him like before, he would then do Yamcha, Tien, and even Krillin, thus making him much more powerful. Cell at this point is near the second form Cell levels of power. Now, this is when he would then begin rampaging across the city, as Dende was able to heal everybody. Luckily, Vegeta and Trunks were already in the time room like before. This is when they would sense a massive power level arriving to Earth, but then it disappeared. They would then, now fully trained, Vegeta in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Super Vegeta was able to fight First Form Cell and start to overpower him until that power level appeared and got much closer. As it landed, it was a Frieza ship, as it was King Cold. King Cold would then step out, cape flapping, as he wants to find Son Goku and kill him for what he has done to his legacy. Now remember, would King Cold even show up originally? Absolutely not, as he had no interest. But I want King Cold to be a prominent villain, so King Cold here has now fully appeared. King Cold was in his second form, as Cell was confused on who this was, but from his database, that seems to be Frieza, or his father. This is when King Cold would then showcase his actual power, as King Cold would then go into his third form, then he would then cut into his final form, showing off. He would then easily destroy Cell. Cell would begin trying to attack King Cold to absorb him, but he would grab his tail, crushing it and ripping it off, as he would then grab Cell by the throat and use a full power Ki Blast, and it would completely obliterate every inch of Cell. So Cell was completely destroyed. Everyone was shocked with how strong King Cold was, as Vegeta would then try to fly in and attacking King Cold, but he would then smirk, as Vegeta has no chance against this version of King Cold. King Cold was far too powerful. He began overpowering Vegeta, giving him the Mega treatment, as Vegeta had no chance. Trunks would then wait until that when Vegeta is knocked out, he then begin attacking King Cold, going into his Ultra Super Saiyan form. But with that strength, he was actually able to match King Cold, which he states that he's very impressive. But what he lacks in pure speed. He would then appear, showing his superior speed, and overpower Trunks, knocking him away, and now Trunks was on the losing end, barely able to even survive. Krillin would then use a solar flare, try and blind Cell, and then shoot a Kienzan, which would actually hit King Cold, but he would then grab it with his hands and crush it, like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan did, which would then shock everybody. Now by this point, Goku has started to recover. So, Goku, at this point, would then notice what's going on, and he would then fly forward, and he would then find King Cold. This is what King Cold wanted. He wanted Goku mainly. Goku was the one that killed his son and ruined his legacy. Goku would then battle King Cold in base form first, but of course that didn't work out too well. Goku would even try using his Akari state, but it didn't work out well either, as this is just how Goku is. Goku knows that he can't hold back. King Cold wants to see the legend. He wants to see that Super Saiyan power. This is when Goku would begin powering up, and he would then transform into a Super Saiyan as King Cold finally sees it. While true Vegeta and Trunks have it, that's not a real Super Saiyan to him. He wants to see the monster that killed his son. That was a Super Saiyan. These other weaklings are not even worth his time. He thinks that Goku's different, he's special. King Cold would even offer Goku an opportunity to come join him. With his intellect and his power, he could live like a god or rule over the universe. Goku would quickly decline, saying that he'll pass, that's not really his thing. King Cold would then frown and state that you made the worst mistake, destroying my legacy and even disrespecting me. King Cold would then fly in and start to overpower Goku, but the two would begin trading blows back and forth, as with Goku's Spirit Vision, he was able to actually keep up with King Cold and start to actually overpower him, until King Cold was holding back. King Cold would then start to overpower Goku as he went to his full power state, and he can control it, unlike Frieza. Goku, now on the losing end, was getting easily overpowered. Goku was running out of options. As he doesn't really think anything else can work, King Kai would then actually speak into his head and tell him to take the energy from all of his friends and the planet and use a spirit bomb. He doesn't know if he can do it, but why not try? Goku's a knack for trying things for the first time. He would then actually begin making a spirit bomb, understanding how it works very quickly. This is when Piccolo, Vegeta, and Trunks would then use their power to try and distract King Cold, at least for a little bit, and to try to keep him kind of entertained for a little while. King Cold was wondering why Goku had his hands raised up, and then Goku was finally able to form a spirit bomb. He would then throw it at King Cold, giving the Vegeta treatment, and it would send him into the air, exploding in a massive ball of light. They thought that he was dead, they couldn't sense his power, until King Cold would then land on his knees, and he would then cough up some blood, but he was still alive. King Cold would then get back up, as he had more than enough power to kill everybody. Goku had little to no energy left. He was furious, as he would then tell all of them that he's going to kill them all. He would then fly in and hit Goku, knocking him around, as he was giving Goku the Broly treatment in a way. But King Cold was furious as Goku kept getting back up. He doesn't know why. That's because secretly, the Z Fighters are giving him the rest of their power that they even have left, and it was just enough for Goku to stand and to keep going forward. King Cold would then tell him, why aren't you not going down? Why can't I kill you? He would then fire death beams, which would hit Goku, knocking him over, but he kept getting back up. Goku would then fly forward and try to hit King Cold, but his fist overpowered Goku's and knocked him backwards into a mountain, as King Cold would then hit him with barrages of attacks, launching Goku to the mountain, as he would then land severely wounded. Goku was still able to get back up, shocking King Cold. As they ran out of energy to give Goku, he has one last thing. With his Spirit Vision, collected all the ki that he has into one controlled point, his fist. All of his Super Saiyan power would then dissipate. As Goku was now in base form, Goku would then have all of his Super Saiyan aura surround his fist and his arm. As he would then launch forward towards King Cold with everything that he has, he would then scream and hit King Cold full force, which he was actually able to punch and go through his body. King Cold would begin coughing up blood as he would fall over and look at himself. How is he able to be defeated? He's the most powerful being in the universe. As then, King Cold would then fall over and die from his wounds. The Z Fighters won. They actually won. As now, there's one more thing. As once when Goku was barely able to stand up, Vegeta was standing there. Vegeta actually never gave Goku much of his energy, but he did for the Spirit Bomb. And Vegeta states that they weren't finished. Their fight was cut in half last time, but it's not done this time. Goku can barely stand up as is. And Vegeta would then charge forward and try to hit Goku, but Goku would be able to dodge the attack just in time. As Vegeta had little to no energy left, the two would begin trading blows back and forth, until actually both of them would then punch each other at the same time, and it would knock both of them over. Both were knocked out. as it was actually a draw. After this was done, Goku would then awaken in the hospital at the Capsule Corp, as they have their own infirmary. And this is when I believe that Goku would then thank Trunks for everything and even trying to help. Trunks would then thank him even more. Trunks would then ask if he can stay here for a few months to train in the gravity room, and he could even give this idea to his mother so he can train as well. He would then begin training with Goku for the next few months in the gravity room, so Trunks is extra prepared when he goes there. Goku during these few months was actually able to master Super Saiyan as well, thus making him much more powerful too. So once when Trunks goes to the timeline, yes, Trunks is plenty powerful enough to handle Cell and the two androids as well. If Trunks' timeline saved and Earth was finally at peace, life would actually be normal. But this of course changes the entire scenario of the what if, since Goku never died, no Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I feel like over the next few months, of course, he would also teach Gohan how to turn into a Super Saiyan in their training. This is also when I believe that they would have their other child, and the name of this child or the gender can be up to you guys down below. So if you guys have made it this far, what should their version of Goten be? Should he be named Goten? Or should they name him Trunks? Or should they name him Bola? What do you guys think down below? What should Goku and Bulma's second child be? Let me know down below. Peace was finally restored to planet Earth. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys have brought me. I really do appreciate it. If this video gets to 300 likes, I shall continue on to the next one. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all later.